Next question is from Rahima, the writer. Really appreciate your work. Your plethora of videos are a huge resource to entrepreneurs who need good advice. In particular, your video about charging what you're worth is BS pushed me to stop correlating self worth with hourly pay, which has released a lot of anxiety and opened up a lot of possibilities. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for saying so. I also really appreciate your constant encouragement to build a business around the lifestyle I want instead of becoming a slave to a business concept. Recently, I've been pivoting my educational business away from in person tutoring towards online coaching and courses. How long does it take to establish a new niche? There's the question. Great. What are the most important things to pay attention to? Point of view, messaging, niche offers, website updates, YouTube content, course development, finding new hubs, social media marketing, making space, prayer. Each new update takes hours over days and weeks to improve. What kind of perspective can you offer? Okay. Well, Rima, I hear you, I feel you. Yeah, when you're starting a new niche, when you're starting to do something in a new way, there's a lot. That's just the reality. So, I would direct you to a video on my YouTube. Let me just pull this up. Uh, about the 7 fundamentals. And where is it? Here it is. So it's called the 7 fundamentals of ethical marketing. It's fairly recent on my site, on my YouTube. It's right here. Uh, so it's just 10 minutes, but I'd watch that because it'll give you a sense. But in brief, we've got these 7 fundamentals. And let me here. Let's pull this up. And then I walk everybody through it at the same time. There we go. Okay. Right. So you're doing a new niche. And how long does it take is the first question. 3 years. Give yourself 3 years to really be established in a new niche. It just takes time. Why? Because you got to do all this stuff, as you've said. Most important thing when you're establishing yourself in a new niche is create enough space in your life. You've got to give yourself some room to grow. You've got to give yourself some room to focus on all the things you need to focus on. Ethics, I'm guessing you've got handled. A niche, you've already got handled. But if you're going to change your niche, you got to kind of drop back down to the space and just throw some elbows, make some room. Getting the niche really honed and dialed, I don't know how dialed it is for you, but that's a very important thing. If you're going to pivot to a new niche, make sure it's really solid. Because then once you've got that, we've got the rest of the pyramid. And then next is the point of view. Now, by the way, this is the ideal. This is if you've got some savings, you don't need cash right away. This is the order I do it in. If you need cash right away, you got to kind of jump up to just start sharing and hustling. But ideally, yeah, you get your niche done. You get your point of view figured out well enough that you could have a my philosophy page on your website. You could have a signature workshop, a starter kit, something that would give people the 30,000-foot view of this is how I see things. Then there's the business model and really crafting the offers based on your point of view, based on your niche. Then the hubs, then thinking, okay, where do I find people? And then figuring out the best way to share your work. And these things don't always happen in order, but this is the rough order and sequence I would put them in. So I don't know if that helps, but give yourself 3 years and then make a plan because it does take time to build these things. The beautiful thing though is once you get the foundations in place, they stay there. Right? Except space. That one keeps just corroding. But the ethics, once you get there, boom, the ethics are pretty set. Your niche, once you've got that, you don't have to revisit it for quite a while if it's really solid. Then there's your point of view. And again, that one doesn't, you see what I'm saying? As you build each stage, and it's not always that sometimes you're kind of building them all together, and that's fine, but they're really stable after that. And then you can focus on just hustling and getting clients. And again, if you need to get clients, you got to just jump to the sharing right away. And sometimes you have to work your way back down and build the plane while you fly. I just don't recommend it. I think that actually has it take longer in the end. So there you go, Rima. I hope that's helpful for you in some way. We're going to jump to the next question. Okay, so let me just do the screen share here.